Welcome to CSN the Network podcast. This is your host, Kayvon Cutler, with my amazing co-hosts, Malik Hampton and Dre Nazario. How you doing this evening, my brother?
I'm good, brother. How you, man?
Man, blessed and highly favored. As Drizzy would say, blessed, black, and highly favored. Definitely doing better now that I'm got an opportunity to rap with you. As we always state, man, please don't be alarmed that Drizzy isn't with us today. She's on a very busy work trip that's had her tied up all week, unfortunately. So she won't be with us today, but she's definitely still with us in spirit. But we're gonna hold it down for Big Sis. No issues, man. Starting out, it's the return of a segment that we used to do when we first started the pod, but we went away from it a little bit. But now you know, we about to have weekly segment on West Virginia prep sports. So beginning with that, Malik, I want to know, in your opinion, you know, who would you say has the best high school program in the state as far as football is concerned?
As far as football concerned, it's Martinsburg.
I was gonna say the same thing. You know what I mean? Just from production, consistency, the type of players they pulling into the high school. You dig what I'm saying? Um, I think it's by far Martinsburg for sure. A couple other, honorable mentions though that I will throw out there. I want to say Morgantown, Malik, University, also, and I'm gonna give your school their flowers as well. Reference to George Washington, as much as it kills me to say, because y'all know I'm SC till I die. It's just in regards to G Dub, they retain their kids from little league to middle school to high school, so they all stay in the same pipeline. It's the same kids that you saw that were stellar athletes when little league. Normal times they mature and those players still stay in the program and they end up being great players for the high school. So those were some of the schools I feel like with the best football programs in the state. For our listeners out there that know me personally, SC, we got to build back towards being a dominant and consistent program. I love that Coach Mays is back. Coach Rodney, I just got done calling the middle school game. He's been doing a great job the past 4 years, keeping them in championship contention. It's just a matter of Malik with SC is unique because the middle school football team would be nice, but not all those kids go up to the high school. So with Coach Mays being back, hopefully, that trend to change and we'll be able to retain our kids more and we can, continue to develop our talent and, be a consistent team as reference to, being able to contend for state championships like it was when I was in high school and a little bit after. So I know they just won the state title in 2020, but they haven't had a playoff appearance since. So those are some of the schools that I feel like has some of the best programs in the state. Is there anybody else that maybe I didn't mention that you could think of outside of Morgantown and University? G Dub, Huntington. Huntington is a
Um,
good program.
yeah, I was gonna say Huntington, um, Wayne. I think Wayne's double or single A. I can't remember, but they normally have a good program. Um,
Herbert Hoover, Malik has been growing these past few years, especially with that new school, man. Herbert Hoover, Herbert Hoover's Herbert Hoover been competing.
hey, bro,
Yo.
no, we're not doing that. I mean, I ain't been around, but
Yeah.
we're not giving that. You if we're gonna get at, you really gotta shout SC or Cap, or
That's
even if
true.
they're having rough years, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
that's a fact. So
cause Herbert ain't did nothing for real.
nothing crazy. Now I understand. Uh,
Yeah.
did we miss anybody or we good? You feel like
No, I think that's pretty solid, man. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Oh, I should shout out to Bridgeport too.
for
Bridgeport normally
sure.
has a great, good program, man. You know.
Toughest game I ever played in high school. Toughest game I ever played in my life. We was in Bear the whole time, Malik. Banging.
Nah, yeah, I probably got the same thing, bro. Bridgeport's probably the toughest game I played too.
Physical team right there. Wasn't no shortcuts. I ain't trying to be fancy. We running this ball. We running. Be
Absolutely.
prepared to tackle. Uh, So I know we discussed, middle school and high school students being able to get NIL deals, be compensated for their image and likeness. But what do you think can be done for our athletes to gain more exposure? on a national level? Like, what do you think needs to happen in that regard?
Um, to be honest with you, I think, bruh, I think they getting enough exposure now just based off of this everything that you just said for real, for real.
Yeah,
You can pretty much hype yourself up way more than you could back in the day, just based off of all social media and how much, people are tapped into that. Real corporations, are they're tapped into social media and just in the metrics of it. So it's trickled down into sports too, you know. Um, you can get yourself more exposure just off of that, alone. But to be honest with you, bro, it's the coaches, man. It's two things that can help the football athletes in West Virginia. You know, um, of course, all the youngins, you want to get into the combines, you want to figure out which ones you can go to where you can compete, to get to the ones where you get ranked, you know what I'm saying? If you work in that system, but for real, bro, it's got to be the coaches, bro. The coaches got to help the kids get more exposure. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I shout out to Mays. You know what I'm saying? I always give Mays a hard time, but I know personally Mays. He does try to get his players into college. You know what I'm saying? He does try to get them to the next level. Of course, there's politics and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna sit here and be naive, but more than any coach that I know, um, around, trying to, push his guys into various levels, of college, you know what I'm saying? Not just all just D1, D1 double A, like I've seen people go plenty of places, you know what I'm saying, playing for me. So I want to give them that credit, bro. But like, um, bro, it's got to be exposure, bro. Like the coaches got to help. The coaches got to help more with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids can do what they want, based off of what they got now. And they got way more advantages now, you know what I'm saying? But the coaches still got to put that good word in. Still gotta shop them a little bit, man. For real, for real.
yeah.
And I don't see why they wouldn't want to, And before you go, the second thing, bro, probably Somebody needs to somebody needs to invest in a 7-on-7 program, you know, um, around the way, where the kids go and compete year round. Because a lot of the high profile, football players, especially when we're talking skill positions, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them, of course, they're training year round, but they're playing 7-on-7 year round as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Got you.
um, so there's national tournaments, there's nationally sponsored tournaments, you know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with combines, just strictly 7-on-7, you know what I'm saying? Like that they host, multiple times a year, you know what I'm saying? Off season as well, off season specifically, So yeah, I think just trying to get your name out there and competing in that market to help as well, you know what I'm saying? Like that'll help as well. You know, I just know personally how much respect you can get, off of that, because that's just competing at the highest level, mano, really. So yeah, I think those are the two things. I think the coaches, bro, and then investing in some real deal like seven on
Seven
seven,
on
like
seven programs.
like how they do in Florida. Like they legit playing year round, bro. Like when they
Yeah.
not playing football and some of them ain't running track, bro, I promise you they're playing 7-on-7, like real teams. Like you heard Cam Newton talk about his team, his seven on
Yes,
seven team all the
yes. And
time.
a lot of his
He's
players have gone on to go to big D1 schools to that point.
he's competing, they're competing in the things that I'm speaking on, bro. This is like
Yeah.
some year round type job. So like yeah, it's gonna have to be those two things, bro. The coaches and the 7-on-7 help him. Outside of that, what you said specifically at the beginning, NIL, marketing yourself, all that being legal and fine now,
That's gonna help
mix
you.
that in there. Yeah, that's gonna help
Yeah.
you regardless, But the coaches really gotta stick their neck out there for you, bro. And I don't see why they would have a problem doing that, bro. For real, for
Yeah.
real.
Do you think it's just a matter? Because I got a couple questions for you. First one, do you think it's just a matter of, hey, I'm the high school head coach of such and such, but I don't know, Indiana's head coach personally. I don't know Illinois' head coach personally. I don't know Coach Gibson at Marshall personally. So I have to reach out. Do you think it's just a matter of reaching out, like, hey, Mr. Hampton, I got this kid that's a killer outside linebacker, man. I want you to come check him out. This is his tape. This is how much he weighs, his height. These are his intangibles. Do you think it's a matter of those type of conversations to make that connection? Or,
Yeah, bro, it's as simple as one, two, three when it comes to that stuff. Because coaching ain't nothing but it ain't nothing but a big uh, what's the word or the phrase I'm trying to use, bro? Bro, coaching ain't nothing but a good old boys club, bro. For real. Like of
yep,
all levels is connected in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So like, even if you're reaching out to coaches you might not specifically know, they might know somebody that you know what I'm saying? Or they might be able to, give you a lob, you know what I'm saying, or point you in the right direction, just off of connections alone, bro. That's all that is a simple conversation, bro. Like like how you lined it out, that's all that is, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
nah,
Like the most all they most they can do is, bro, I'm telling you, the most they can do is connect with the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you send me a good player, now I got a little pipeline, you know what I'm saying? Now I know, you see what I'm saying?
yep.
Like,
Now I know what
and
you're producing.
it looks good on the coaches too, bro. I always said that, like the politics that some of the coaches play in West Virginia, bro, when it comes to high school sports specifically, bro, and like holding some of these kids back on purpose just because they know, they can, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane to me because it looks good on you as a coach if you funneling D1 athletes, if you funneling athletes that go on to be professional players, you know what I'm saying? That looks good on you too as a coach. Whether you want to move up or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Let's say you do send some duds. Let's say, you send a couple duds off to Marshall, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they not fooling with you no more. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You don't lose your job at the high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't necessarily bad on your rep. Yeah, the players didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? But you doing what you're supposed to, like what kind of stain is that on you really? You know what I'm saying? If you just a high school coach, like unless you got aspirations outside of that, but bro, some of the ages of the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Outside of Mays, bro, I can't see nobody. I mean, I don't know all the coaches around, you know what I'm saying? But outside
Yeah,
of Mays, I can't see nobody ambitious
I know.
enough trying to elevate themselves more anyway. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Coach
everybody
Edwards seems
content.
set, yeah, on being a
You know what I'm
legend.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So it's like you already stamped, so why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. And that's why it's the coaches, bro. The coaches in the 707. You ramp up the 707, bro. Mixed in with all the NIL, the social media, get out there really competing, getting their names out there, bro. That'll get more eyes here too, bro. Easily. That's easy. All you gotta do is get out there and compete,
no, that's a fact. So
man.
my my next question was, do you think it's more conducive to compete in nationally, recognized 7-on-7 tournaments as opposed to playing travel football where we banging all year round? You know what I'm saying? What's your
Absolutely, bro. Don't nobody that travel football is like some little kid stuff, bro. Like that's
got
not
you?
no one. Ain't nobody banging all year once you start getting a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
you just sharpening your tools. So yeah, that 707 travel stuff. That's for kids, bro. For real, for real. And like to be honest with you, it probably don't even really make sense much for kids, for real, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even on that level, it could be some 7-on-7 stuff that might be a little more beneficial,
Yep.
just teaching them route concepts and things of that nature, like we talking kids at this point,
Right.
But nah, uh-uh, I don't think I think it's a no-brainer. 7-on-7 is more beneficial.
No, that's a fact, man. Like I said, this is going to be a weekly segment for us where we start discussing prep sports more. We appreciate the feedback and this is ways that, we're just trying to increase engagement, have conversations about our local pro sport, prep sports. So shout out to all the little homies that's doing their thing, man. LB, Lil Day Day, what I'm saying? All y'all boys, man, Lil Dev, man. Proud of y'all boys. But moving on to college football. We got big slate of games coming up this week, but real quick, just to address last week, Malik, who was your CSN player of the week in college football?
Bruh. My player of the week was Trinidad Chabless. He's a quarterback for Ole Miss. Um, he's starting now because the starters, Austin Simmons got hurt, and Trinidad's been playing, bruh. And he from a D2 school. He from Ferris State University. It's a small D2 in Michigan. I think it's like Big Rapids, Michigan, not Grand Rapids, Big Rapids, Michigan. Um,
Huh.
but bruh, he went 17 for 27, 307 yards, two touchdowns, and he had 14 carries and 112 on the ground. Um, in their win. So I'm giving it to Ole Miss. It's just quarterback Trinidad Chavis.
Man, my CSN player of the week is Indiana's quarterback, um, Fernando Mendoza. He went 21 for 23 for 267 yards, five touchdowns. I'm not necessarily surprised Indiana beat Illinois. I'm surprised by how much they beat them 63-10. So, I wanted to give him his flowers. He almost daggone had a perfect game, with only two incompletions, you know what I'm saying? Throwing for almost 300, five tutties. So that's who gets the nod this week from me. That was a good matchup though between those two teams. It's two ranked opponents. So in the brightest moment, he shined the biggest. So that's who I'd give the nod to for this week. Um, Next, we got the preview of the Alabama and Georgia game. Jan Miller is back this week, Malik. So I'm excited, for the run game and, just for the morale of the team, getting one of our captains back, getting one of our, key starters back. Hopefully that gets the running game really rolling. We haven't quite consistently been a good running team over these few weeks. You know what I'm saying? We've had moments like that first drive against Florida State, then we kind of went away from it. Can't really count that, that Mexico game where we played them. I mean, we smacked them, and then Wisconsin. That was a great, passing game for Ty. But I just want to see us put it all together. I'm not too pressed about Gunnar Stockton. I do think he's formidable, Malik. I'm not trying to front on him. You dig what I'm saying? But I think this is one of the most vulnerable Georgia teams. Like I was more worried about Georgia's team last year than I am this year, if that makes any sense to you. Of course, they still got athletes as we do too. Kirby Smart is 1-6 against Alabama. We know he has a great record against other programs. So that's more so Coach Saban that did that, in regards to being the reason why Kirby Smart has a losing record against us. But DeBoer did pull off a dub last year that was miraculous. I will give it to him because it wasn't looking too crazy in reference to the odds favoring us going into the game. So it's going to be tough playing in Athens. It's going to be a good game, I feel like, but I got us getting the dub, God willing. But I don't know what you think. Why are you making faces, man?
Because you said you was more scared of them last year than this year. Now I would agree with you, but they had a bunch of people. They had some injuries last year when they played y'all, and some off the field stuff. So the receiving core that was supposed to be there wasn't necessarily there versus y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Last year. That's what I think the problem with Georgia was last year, period. One, they couldn't really run the ball because their offensive line wasn't that good last year. But the passing game would have been straight. Bro, like two of the players, one of them got kicked off. Like I think two of his top receivers got suspended. One got kicked off the team, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Um, but this year they can run the ball, bro. So I'm really anxious, bro. I'm torn between this game for real, because Kirby Smart is 1-6 versus Saban. But I think this is his first time he getting to play y'all in Athens, bro. Of all those 7 times. I
Yeah.
think this is the first game in Athens. You know what I'm saying? So I know he gonna want to get a win in Athens
Oh
just
my
off of the
gosh. Yeah.
strength off of that alone,
Yes,
just because
sir.
he finally getting them in his backyard for real.
Right.
Even though you could say playing in the Georgia Dome is advantage Georgia too. I won't even lie. You could
You
say
feel
that,
me?
you know. but Alabama fans travel well, and they kind of dominated the Georgia Dome for a long time. So I won't say it was overwhelmingly Georgia in them Alabama Georgia games. Let's just say it was, 55-45. I'll give it that. But yeah, bro, I think, and then at the same time, you know, um, I think y'all, if clicking, got some of the I think y'all got some of the weaponry to take advantage of Georgia's secondary. I don't know if y'all are going to actually do it or not.
Yeah.
But we'll see, bro. I'm torn between this game, bro. Because I know they can run the ball, bro. Especially they can run the ball even more now. The line looks better, you know what I'm saying? And Gunner Stockton can run, you know what I'm saying? So we've seen y'all have a little trouble,
With
with
mobile
FSU,
quarterbacks. Yeah,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? So I just want to see it, bro. I think it's gonna be a hell of a game, though, for real, for real.
Yeah, I'm looking
I think it's
forward
gonna be
to
a
it.
hell of a game.
Um, my next question to you, and I like Mike Gundy. You know what I'm saying? I always have Malik. I want to know how do you feel about OSU firing him at this point in the season? I understand let me start by this. I understand the losing record, especially against you know, D1 programs. I get it. Like I want to say he was like what 1-11 in his last 12 games against those type of programs. I do get that, and I think from what I read, I feel like he was let go because of the money they poured into the program over these past 2 seasons, and they're trying to, they want success. You know what I'm saying? But I think somebody that's a long tenured coach like that, if you want to move on because of the lack of success, okay. But I just would have appreciated personally if he would have been able to finish the season. Now, of course, he ain't tripping because he got that buyout. You dig? He's sitting good. You feel me? But I want to know how you feel about them firing him after 21 years. I didn't know he had all the ties to the university in reference to being a quarterback, an assistant coach that led right into him being the head coach. So he's been with the program for over 25 years, just coaching and playing. You feel me? So
Yeah, I mean, what you said was I agree with. I'd have liked them to give him a shot. And just walking away at the end of the year. But I mean, it was time. The firing was coming. The program was stagnant.
he was stagnant
You
in it.
know, so in this new age, bro, like, and they have been dumping money, but he just might not be. He just might be too. The game might have passed Mike Gundy by for real, for real.
Yeah,
He might not be relating to the players or getting through to the players like he once was. And that's all right. You know what I'm saying? He's still a legendary coach for him. You know, a lot of good, lot of good memories with Mike Gundy at the helm. So yeah, it's all good, man. It was time though.
um, what's your opinion on just in general on college coaching? College coaches losing their job before the season ends because I know Virginia Tech's coach lost his job as well. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Get them gone, bruh.
yeah,
Serious programs get coaches gone, bruh. I got a lot of respect for Virginia Tech's, program. Um, so I understand them wanting to, be a solid program again. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just in and out. They even played the Natties, in the early 2000s. They ain't win none, but
they made it though for sure. They made
they
noise.
made it. So yeah, I can understand them, wanting, bruh. If the coach ain't doing what he's supposed to, bruh, and bruh, firing.
Well, wait,
They gonna get
yeah,
paid anyway, bruh. Like the only way you will wait is if the buyout was significantly different. You know what I'm saying? Like after they finish the season or not. Other than that, they ain't meeting the standard. They gotta go. That's why I'm mad at Florida right now. I don't know what we doing. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The staff he didn't build, bro. I don't even feel comfortable with no intern coach. Just being honest with you, bro. You know,
Malik.
I don't know what our OC. I don't know what the OC would do. You know, given a chance. But for real, bro. That's why, like, I feel him like I don't know. I don't trust the staff, So they might have to wait to fire him at the end of the year. But bro, yeah, you gotta let coaches go, bro. Gotta let coaches go, bro.
No, I agree, man. You silly, man. Dad gone, but oh man. We got some key matchups this week, man. Who are your picks for the following matchups? So, first off, we got number 6 Oregon at number 3 Penn State. I'm taking Penn State in that game, man. Whiteout. It's going to be beautiful on that campus. I'm taking Penn State, man.
I'm taking Penn State too. Little revenge game.
That's a fact. Next, we got Arizona at who's undefeated, by the way, at number 14 Iowa State. I'm taking Iowa State in that matchup.
It's at Iowa State.
Yes, sir.
Taking Iowa State.
Next, we got these are both these teams I don't like, but being on here with my brother, he's helped me grow to be, a more professional journalist. So, but I hate both of these teams. So we have number 4 LSU at number 13 Ole Miss. I'm taking Ole Miss in this matchup, though.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Trinidad too, man. Give me
Sticking with him.
Trinidad.
Sticking with
Yeah.
him. Um, Now this matchup is really intriguing to me outside of the Alabama game, just because if I can see the game going either way, but I got number 21 USC and number 23 Illinois. I'm taking USC in that game.
Yeah, I took Illinois last week, man. They embarrassed me, So I'm taking USC too, bro.
Got you. And then hey, it's pick time. I ain't even going to pick because y'all already know how I'm rolling. Roll Tide. I want to see what my brother thinks. Now we got to make a pick. So we got number 17 Alabama at number 5 Georgia.
Give me Georgia.
Respect.
Give me Kirby. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all beat them again.
In reference to the college football game slate for this upcoming Saturday, are there any other games that you looking forward to? I know Florida State and Virginia is playing. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Are there any other games you looking forward to though?
Yeah, actually it is, bro. Auburn versus A&M. I'm gonna tune into Ohio State versus
Washington.
Washington. I'm gonna tune into I'm gonna check in on the Tennessee, Mississippi State. Mississippi State undefeated. I just
Yeah.
want to see how solid they look because they might beat us as well. And then Prime and them play BYU, the late night game. So I'm gonna check. Hopefully I'll be able to check some of that out.
Right.
BYU undefeated.
Quick sidebar. Just curious. This wasn't on the docket, but do you think he's? How can I word this? We love prime time. But do you think he's earned the job security to, kind of have the lack of success, what I'm saying, within the program?
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That was the worst FBS program, bro. They was like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. They won 8 games last year. You know, they gotta take baby steps. They can't be. They've
Yeah.
been in the
They
gutter.
can't
They've
rush it
been in the
yet.
gutter since Cordell Stewart, bro. They ain't been good since Cordell Stewart.
No, that's real. Um, in your opinion, who's the best running back in college football?
The best running back in college football,
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame's running back.
Yeah.
My favorite though is Jamal Haynes, Georgia Tech's running back. There's a few good ones though. I like Katron Allen, one of the running backs from Penn State.
I was about to
But I
say
think the best is
I
is
like
is
Singleton
Jeremiah
from Penn
Love.
State. Yeah. I
I
like
think see, I think Allen's better than Singleton. A lot of people have Singleton over Allen, but I think Allen's better than
where probably because, all all purpose yards, what I'm saying? He affects the game multiple ways. That's why I like Nick Singleton personally. But nah, I'm with you regarding Jeremiah Love. That's one of the key players that I had listed that I was looking forward to seeing for this upcoming football season. So, but that's it for college football in regards to us discussing that. Um, NFL football starting out. Who was your CSN player of the week in the NFL?
Jonathan Taylor,
He been hooping.
17 carries, 102, 3 tugs, win. Give me Jonathan Taylor. He really the engine for that team right now.
Oh,
Oh,
100%. 100%. He's making a strong case for being the best running back in the league. I hate that D Henry
he
has,
might get some MVP votes if the
yeah,
season go good enough.
they win that they win the division, and if they're a high seed in the AFC, I could see it. I could see it because it would be due in large part because of him. You know what I mean?
100%.
Um, but for me, I'm taking David Montgomery, running back for the Lions.
Almost took him.
That would be the Knuckles of the Sonic and Knuckles tandem that they have the mantra that they've been marketing out there. I think that's kind of fire how they've been doing that. But he had 12 carries for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a great game against the Ravens. So, but what were some of your biggest takeaways from the past week? I know for me, and I spoke to my boy Dakota about this. The Ravens' run defense is extremely alarming to me. That inside, it's that interior D line. I know they're missing their All Pro slash Pro Bowl caliber player. But they got to fill that void somehow. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really have a pass rush, Malik. You dig? And with
Man, Beaky hurt.
yep.
Gotcha.
And then their O line. Lamar Jackson got sacked 7 times Sunday night, man. That's the best mobile quarterback we've seen as far as his legs, like since Vic, period. So if he's getting sacked 7 times, that's extremely alarming regarding your offensive line. So, that was one of the biggest takeaways that I took from this past week was, you know, um, just some of the concerns that they have on their roster. The Texans, hey man, it's panic mode now, Malik. They 0-3. They 0-3. I didn't expect for them to, look like this. I thought, we spoke about this before. Most people would have them as clear cut favorites to win the AFC South. That's not looking like the case right now at all. So that's another team that I'm kind of concerned about. And um, let's see here. Um, that's pretty much it. You know, um, I hated that the Dolphins lost just because I got love for Tua. Um, Malik, how y'all let Philly come back on and beat y'all, man? I thought y'all had that game sold up, man. I thought y'all had that game sold up real quick. Like what happened in that game? Cause y'all had them what up 26-7, I want to say.
Yes. I mean, essentially, we just got 2 field goals blocked. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's essentially why we lost the game. But I mean, outside of that, man, just, you know, conservative play calling, um, settling for field goals, getting them blocked. Really, that's all. But that's really all, bro. I'm not that worried about that game. The only thing that worries me about that game, or it's just something that I said at the beginning of the year, bro. Is just that I wish we would have got another corner. I wish we would have to try to get another corner, because essentially we shut down Saquon, um, and gave him one-on-one matchups. In the second half, and AJ Brown
AJ got busy. Yep.
just got busy. Yes. And there's nothing you can do about it when you ain't got nobody to guard him for real, for real. And ain't a lot of people that can guard him, don't get me wrong. But you got Smitty with him out there as well. So yeah. Well, I'm fine. We'll
Uh,
we'll beat the Eagles. We play them again. That's that's what I know.
what are outside of that? Do you have any big takeaways from the past week in the NFL before we move on?
Nah, just what I said. We're a contender. We're healthy. I think the Chargers might be the best team in the league. Um, but it's going to be contingent on how healthy they are as well. Come time, I still see some flaws in what they want to do. Uh, all the time passing wise, even though Herbert's been looking good.
Yeah, he has.
Uh, but yeah, man, yeah, nothing really outside of that, man. The Ravens in trouble, Chiefs in trouble. They play each other this week, so that's
Hey.
hilarious.
Facts. Speaking of the Ravens, that was one of the next questions, so that's a perfect segue. Them being 1-2, does that concern you?
Um, yeah, just because one and one and two is just a rough record. You never want to get too far into the hole. But no, at the same time, just because of their losses, like the Lions outplayed them, don't get me wrong. Ain't taking nothing away from the Lions, but you know, that was a good game as well. You know, Henry don't fumble, who knows how it unfolds. The Lions maybe still win, but I'm not really worried. But the only thing that there is to worry about the Ravens, bruh, is their defense, bruh. Specifically, well, really all of the defense, you know what I'm saying? But the run game, like you said, with Matabiki out, it's the defense that's the issue, bruh.
Yeah. And for
Even
people
Derrick
that's
Henry fumbling, that's not really the biggest of issues. It just so happens he's been fumbling in like crucial times the last
yeah,
few times he's fumbled. So
he got a fumble in each game. That's very unlike him. You know what I'm saying?
unfortunate for sure.
Uh, Next question we got, are the 49ers done now that Nick Bosa is hurt? I don't think we're done, but I am, concerned about our pass rush because Malik, I was already concerned about our pass rush with Nick Bosa being in the lineup because I was more so concerned about the other side. Even though I love Bryce Huff and Mikael Williams, I just thought those were great complementary pieces to the pass rush that Nick Bosa provided. So I think it's going to be a tough ask. I was talking to Kales about it. He's not too concerned per se, but we kind of got to have Mikhail kind of grow up faster. We kind of got to expedite that process in reference to really banking on him being a key piece for us on that D line. And Bryce Huff just got to be consistent. You know what I mean? I think he's one of those DNs that has one of the fastest get offs in the league. You dig? We just got to complete the play. Not just get pressures, but get sacks with that too, and be strong in the run game. So. It's going to take a multitude of guys to replace the production Nick Bosa provided, but I don't think we're done. But I am concerned because that is, a key piece for us. But I hate that, that's another ACL tear. What's that, two in the past 4 years, Malik? So it's tough, man. I don't think we're done.
No, I don't think y'all done. I mean, of course, I don't think y'all winning nothing, but yeah, I think y'all still can be a playoff team. Y'all done put yourself in a solid position already, starting off.
Facts. Now that you see like some of the misalignment, some of the false starts that has gone on so far throughout the season, should they have banned the tush push?
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Yes, they should, bro. If they not going to police it for real,
You feel me?
ain't no need, ain't no need in it for it no more. Because the Eagles are doing, bro. Like I was talking to the homie Mario about this other day, Eagles fan, and it's not a bad thing. It's a smart thing. You know what I'm saying? You talking football wise, um, bro. They scheming they drives with the tush push like in mind, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you watch the Eagles play, like they'll run the ball on they'll run the ball on 3rd and 5. You know what I'm saying? Like just because they know they might get three, and can tush push it for two. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's not always a good product. That's why they fans be booing them. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people got critiques on their offense too, bro. Why it looked the way it looked, because they scheming that in there with it, bro. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's a smart way to keep the chains moving when football games, but it don't look the best product wise, and it's clearly, bro, they clearly offsides, bro. Like,
No, it's
it
clear as
don't
day.
even make it don't even make sense, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the nerve of them for them to be policing like the defensive side more than the offensive side, like, is crazy to me, bro. Like, you're supposed to be what, a yard off the ball? I think all the linemen are supposed to be a yard off the
Mhm.
ball.
Mhm.
It's not a yard off the ball, bro.
Go check that overhead shot. Next time the Eagles, our listeners, go check that overhead shot where they are lined up in the tush push, and y'all will see.
Not an overhead shot, bro.
Uh, This is a funny question. I know we talked about Jalen Hurts last week. Did he reestablish himself as a top five quarterback with that performance? I know you still had him in your top five. I didn't have him still in my top five. I'm gonna say no. Um, but I love Jalen. Don't get me wrong. You dig what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. What you think, though, brother?
Um, yeah, I mean, he stayed in my top five. That was a good second half for him, bro. The funny thing about Jalen Hurts is, bro, like, they got a good roster, bro, and he's just so timely, for real, for real. That's
Yeah.
really all it is, bro.
Well
Like,
said. Well said.
he's not, bro. It's the funniest thing because, like, bro, they're not doing nothing special. I got a one-on-one matchup out there. No matter what the route is, I'm gonna get. Of course, he's got to throw a catchable ball and all that. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, what he's reading, you know what I'm saying, like the complexities he has to go through, bro. Like, it's really not much, you know what I'm saying. The way that they run it, the way they scheme their offense, bro. They gonna run the ball until you stack the box. You stack the box, I'm going one-on-one to one of these two receivers, bro. Like, it ain't nothing really special with what Jalen is doing, bro. But it's effective though. So yeah, he
Yeah.
gonna stay in my top five right now, bro.
Um, And then last question for the NFL, not regarding the NFL, but just, for this particular subject heading. Is Derrick Henry done being an elite running back in the league? I say no. Uh, he's
What are we
just
talking about?
yeah,
What are we talking?
he's
No.
just having a tough time. I seen Talib on his platform state that, he got a score on that 1 yard line, running from the goal line. Y'all didn't say that about Christian McCaffrey last week when we were struggling to score in the same scenario against the Cardinals. You know what I mean? We can't pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? It's defense, but that's obvious what you trying to do. So yeah, we're gonna fill this hole. We clogging it up. Yeah, you gonna have to do something else. That's obvious what y'all gonna do in those particular scenarios, given that you have Derrick Henry. It's so obvious you're gonna run. So I don't think it's a lack of him not running hard. He just got to protect the ball. I've never seen him, and this is my guy from Bama. Never seen him have these fumble issues. Not from when he first started it in the league to now, but he do got to do a better job of holding it high and tight. So um, he just got to continue to do better, man.
High and tight. Yeah, man. It's unfortunate, you know. Um, yeah, it'll be worse if it happens with the season on the line, like Kyron Williams, you know, known to do. So yeah, he'll be all right, bro. Derrick Henry's still elite.
Man, now it's time to switch pivots. It's one of my favorite segments that we do, man. The CSN overreaction segment. Remember, this is true false. Um, the Bills and the Chargers will be in the AFC Championship.
False.
I say false as well. The Lions are the best team in the NFC. I say false to that.
False.
Um, Whoever loses between the Chiefs and the Ravens will miss the playoffs.
True.
I do say true. You're gonna be in trouble. You lose that game. Uh,
True. True.
yeah, that's a must win, and that's gonna make that game even better to watch. Now that they shut out the Falcons, the Panthers will finish second in the NFC South. I say true. I am shocked that they shut them out, but I think they can beat the Saints, and they just showed that they could beat the Falcons. So
Yeah, true. I think it's false. I think the Falcons might click off, but I'm gonna say true right now.
yeah. I know we spoke about him last week, but the Warriors should trade Jonathan Kuminga for Malik Monk. I say true.
Um, yeah, might as well. I mean, it ain't like they was playing Kaminga anyway.
You feel me? And Monk could be a nice little spark for you off the bench. That's somebody that could get you 20 plus. No problem. Uh, the Lakers should trade Austin Reeves and find another guard to pair with Luca. I say false. You say true?
True,
Why
but
you think
Reeves
that
got to
real quick?
go.
Why you
He
think
got
that?
he got trade value too. Reeves got to go.
Why he gotta
Reeves
go?
got to go, bro, because he be getting exposed in the playoffs, bro.
He was hurt this past year in the playoffs, though. You talking about defensively? He was hurt this
Okay,
past.
he don't be offensively either. It ain't consistent, bro. Like
Yeah.
you
He
know what I'm
did just
saying, bro?
come off averaging the 20 piece, though. That was major being the third
Bro,
option.
playoffs.
I'm with
You
you.
can tell when the playoffs get there, bruh, and shit get a little tighter, bruh. You can tell Austin Reeves turned into, he turned into a little liability out there, bro. I'm just keeping it a bean, bro. You can't let Jay McDaniels score 30 on you. He
Yeah.
not he not he
He
don't
not
even
even
got
that type of
30.
player.
He
Yeah.
not even that type of guy, bruh. He talking bad to you why he going to get 30, bruh. Like, that's when I knew. I'm like, oh yeah, he not one of them for real, for real. He cold, but we not talking Bird, Luca, Jokic here when we talking Reeves, bro. He not one of them types of assassins, bro. You know, not at all.
The Texans should wait to extend CJ Stroud.
That's false. They might as well do it now.
Yeah.
It's
False.
took him to the playoffs 2 straight years.
Right. Even though last year wasn't.
It wasn't, bro. Yeah, last year was more impressive than the first year, in my opinion, bro.
Got you.
Because last year they had injuries and stuff, and he, while going through the sophomore slump, somehow
Led them
righted the
to the
ship to
playoff.
get
Yeah.
and won a game.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, I give it to the Texans. I mean,
Uh,
I'd say that's false. Sorry.
uh, yeah, facts. Yeah, false. My bad. I said true. The Yankees will win the AL East, currently tied with the Blue
False.
Jays. It is gonna be
Actually,
tough.
no, there's time with the Blue Jays. No, actually, I
Yes.
give it to y'all. Y'all
We
probably
gotta win
hype the
out
Blue
though. We
Jays.
have to win out. So I say true. But it's gonna be, baseball is so
It's so
weird.
weird. Yeah, it
You know what I'm
is.
saying? So, but hopefully they do. Shout out to my LB, because when we looked a few days ago, we was 3 games back. Didn't think we had any shot. I thought for sure, because we clinched the playoff spot. So I'm just thinking, hey, we just got to bang it out in the wild card, but we still got a shot to get that first round bye. So hopefully they do get that because they need the rest. Aaron Judge will win AL MVP. Now, and I wanted to tell you that catcher from the Mariners, he had 60 home runs. He hit his 60th one last night.
Cal Raleigh got 60 home runs.
Cal Riley got 60 home runs because yes, he does.
What's the record? Dodge just hit the record last year, didn't he? What was it?
It was 2 years ago, but it was 65.
How many games left?
Uh, like, hold on, let me check for the Mariners real quick.
Boy, I'm about to start tuning in. It's October. The games mean something now. Matter of fact, I'm about to tune into some baseball tonight. Actually, is it Friday? Nah,
Yeah, they got
tomorrow.
4 games left.
4 games left. Oh, he ain't gonna be able to get. Well, he still could get it, bro. Cal Raleigh, bro, the big dumper. That's fire, bro. 60 home runs is crazy.
Yeah, he got
Judge
125 RBIs. His
Judge getting
average is only
450s is
248
crazy.
though.
You said what?
His batting average only 248 though.
Man, that's all right though. That
That's
ain't
kind of
terrible.
that ain't terrible, but that's almost average. Almost average. And Judges is 326, just to throw that out there.
I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with 60. I got 60 bombs. All that is cool. That's cool. All that is
Yeah.
cool, bro. I got 60 bombs, bro. I ain't hearing that.
Nah.
I'm 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 putting this bitch over the fence.
Oh shoot.
Nah, but what the Mariners record? It just depends on their record. Their record ain't they ain't making the playoffs.
Oh,
The
they're not.
wild card.
Oh no, they clinched the AL West.
Oh, did they? Oh yeah, give it to Cal. Cal Raleigh got to win it. Give it to Cal, bro. Give it to Cal, bro. Yeah, Cal Raleigh got to win it. Now 60 bombs is 60 bombs, bro.
Yeah,
That
that
means
is.
something.
Nah, that's a fact. That is crazy.
That means something.
Um,
Damn, I gotta watch baseball. I gotta get back into the baseball, bro. Tomorrow. I think I can watch baseball tomorrow on Apple TV. You can watch it for free on Fridays.
oh, that's fire. Then lastly, and I know we discussed this, but Virginia Tech was wrong for firing their coach. I say false. I don't like the timing of it, but I understand the premise of it. So I say that's why I say false.
Yeah, false. Who was their
Uh,
coach? Beamer? Shane Beamer? Was
yes,
Beamer
sir.
their coach?
Yep.
It's crazy they fired Beamer. Beamer's son, man. He ain't pops though.
Nah.
He ain't
Uh,
pops.
so next we have our CSN pick six segment. League pick your three, and then I'll follow up. What you got for me?
Bro, mine just all college. Notre Dame -4.5 versus Arkansas. Florida State -6.5 versus Virginia. And Colorado +7 versus BYU. Give me Prime and them, man.
Okay. So mine is going to be all NFL. So I got the Jaguars and my Niners. I'm taking my Niners at -3.5. Then we got the Chargers and the Giants. I'm taking the Chargers at -6.5. And then we got the Lions and the Browns. And the Browns, yes, they have a really solid defense, good defense. But I'm taking the Lions at -9.5. So those are our six picks for our pick six segment. Um, yeah, man. Malik, you got something for us this week?
Bro, I don't, bro, but I got some unreadiness. I just, like to address. I seen people arguing on Facebook about cheerleaders and cheer competitions. What have we gotten to, bro? Like they didn't went from the young boys to trickling it down to the cheerleaders, bro. Like, is that what we're doing?
Wildin'.
Come on, bro. Like, bro. First of all, I'm not, bro. I'm against any down talking and bad wishing and down talking on any children. You know what I'm saying? And mostly we're talking about young boys when we talk about these topics, bro. But bro, these are young ladies. These are little girls, bro. Like we all got moms, bro. Like everybody knows you respect women. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's even more for the little girls, bro. I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody who's engaged in the down talking, you know what I'm saying, of the little girls that turned into, whatever that turned into on Facebook, y'all got to stop it, bro. Real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the kids be kids at the end of the day. Like y'all inserting yourselves and don't nobody care about y'all. It's y'all's kids out there competing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to stop it. It's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? It's lame. All of the above. Let the kids be the kids. Let the kids shine. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you think about it, what you think is fair, what you think, it don't matter, bro. I heard some outrageous stuff. We ain't got to really talk about it on here, but that's just the basis of it, man. We're not about to be arguing over cheer competitions, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all got to stop it. Y'all look terrible out there. Absolutely terrible.
Nah, that's well said, man. People. I think people. And I don't want to speak too much on it because I was a part of a meeting where we addressed some of the stuff that happened, and people was threatening other cheer coordinators, bruh. I mean, it was just really getting out of hand. At the end of the day, man. It's all about the kids. What good is it we throwing personal shots at each other on Facebook over a cheerleading competition? Like that's essentially what it boils down to. That's the root of the issue. You dig? Like if it ain't your child, it's not your organization. Like why are we even, what I mean, trying to be messy or create drama around that? It's about the kids. It's a beautiful thing. It's about little girls. Like come on, let that be as sacred and beautiful as it is. In regards to cheerleading. I understand it's
Yeah,
competitive,
bro,
but come on, like parents got to
that's
do.
insane. That's
But,
insane, bro.
but yeah, but me, I don't have any unreadiness. I just want to let my OG Bear know, my one of my dogs, man. We gonna beat y'all this week. Understand that, you dig? So I'm looking forward to the game Saturday night. And shout out to my fraternity brother Big O, man. Doing big things down there at State on the basketball coaching staff. So I'm proud of you, man. So as always, we appreciate the support. Please continue to
Oh
like.
snap, your man old coach at State,
State,
bruh.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's up, bruh.
yeah, bro. I've
That's
been with
what's
bro
up.
like every day. Like it's
I was about to
been,
say you been kicking it with him. That's what's
but
up, bruh.
every day since he moved here last Monday, bro. I think I missed maybe one day. Outside of that,
Word.
bro, it's been cool, man. Because like I told him, Malik not here, Dree not here, Shaq not here. So it's just tough, right? So I really, of course I kick it with Ev. That's one of the Wodies. You feel me? That's my dog. But outside of Ev, bro, I don't really Ev and Dakota, he like married, yeah, like so. I really be with Ev, and Ev be busy, you know that. So I've really been keeping to myself. So it's refreshing to be around somebody else that I really know and can trust, and that's like a brother. So that's my dog, man. So I'm happy, man. God is good. So please continue to like, subscribe, share, and view the content. Like I said, please don't be alarmed that Drizzy wasn't here, man. She been busy with work. She's on a very important work trip as she has a very important role at her company. So please don't be alarmed. She'll be back with us next week. Again, we're going to try to continue to, be productive in discussing prep sports in our area. I think we had a great start this week with this episode. It's a great, great conversation starter. So I look forward to continuing to elevate those type of conversations. So, like I said, please continue to like, subscribe, share, and view the content. It's your boy KVZ. I'm with Leak the God, and we out, man. Peace and blessings.
Peace.